What's crackling, everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list, where each episode we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're doing Premier Protein Chocolate Almond cereal. We've done a handful of other protein type cereals, most of those getting sort of C's and D's. Like we've had Special K had 3 or 4 protein. There's some Kashi protein cereals. Smart Start, if you kind of count something like that. So we've done protein before, and it's usually good to find. So I don't expect this to be too sort of different. It is interesting that this is Premier Protein teaming up with Post, so that makes it seem, I don't know, more legitimate maybe than like when Kind just kind of did their own cereal thing. So we'll see how it works out. I'm not expecting a ton, but hey, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. But let's just get into it. Felt like a kind of white box. Small bag. Okay. This chocolate. Okay, you can kind of tell that's like the protein style chocolate. You've had like a protein bar that's chocolate flavored. That's kind of similar scent. Okay. Right. There we go. So you got just kind of various flakes of shapes and sizes. It is not entirely chocolate coated on all of them. So it's one of those situations where I have the piece added on the chocolate. And looks like a decent amount of almond slivers. Sounds good. Okay. So, first off, taste-wise, it is reminding me of like a chocolate protein bar. So, if you're really into that, it's pretty much what you're going to get here. Or even if you just know that, you can know what to expect. But, while there was a bit of crunch in there, it mostly just felt stiff, or it was like a long bite there for how small the actual bite was. So that's just, yeah, stiff was the word that came to mind for those pieces. So don't love that, but let's see if things kind of change as it's in the milk. The milk seems to be helping a little bit with that stiffness, but it's still a very long chewing process for every bite. So it's not making a huge difference, but it's a little better. Also, it seems like I'm getting like a solid amount of almonds in every spoon. That I feel like usually doesn't happen stuff with almonds. So that's like a fun plus at least. All right, we've got some chocolate milk now, so let's give it a taste. Okay. I think maybe once in my life I've had a chocolate protein shake. Okay, maybe not once, but a long time ago. This vaguely makes me think of that. Yeah. whatever vague memory I have of a chocolate protein shake, this kind of tastes like. So I guess they're sticking in line with their brand. Yeah, it's all right. I think it works a little there. Works a little better there than it is on these pieces specifically. So that's kind of good. This may be Premier Protein, but I don't think it's a Premier cereal. I think the most interesting thing about this compared to some of the other protein cereals we've done is how it seems to be somewhat in line with the taste of the actual Premier Protein, like bars, shakes, like that sort of stuff. So that's kind of neat if you're a fan of those things and you just wanted to sort of switch up the form that you're having that flavor in. It seems like a decent option. But I think the piece here is sort of the biggest downside for me, where some of those other protein ones, they were cereals and then they tried to mix in the protein afterwards. So the piece, pretty decent. Maybe the taste, not as strong. This one, a bit weaker piece. A little bit more solid, at least. Maybe not great still, but like solid put together flavor. So it sort of competes with the others, but I don't think it necessarily is a terrible loss or a grand victory. So what I'm going to do is give Premier Protein Chocolate Almond cereal a D. I think it's fine. Like, again, if you want protein in your cereal, it's got a whole bunch of it. So there's that for you. But if you just wanted a cereal to enjoy and you don't necessarily care so much about that, I think there's plenty of better options, especially for a chocolate flavor. So it's fine. I think it's just kind of overall how I feel about everything. And maybe if the piece had been a little less stiff, it could have, barely got out that C. But as it is, I think a D is pretty fitting for this. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. In the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've had Premier Protein Chocolate Almond cereal and what you think about it. If you're a big fan of Premier Protein and thought the cereal was a home run because of that, you can let me know. Or maybe you are a huge fan of it, but you tried the cereal form and you thought complete miss and just didn't do anything right. You can let me know. That'd be interesting to hear someone who really regularly has this stuff, if they think it does line up taste-wise versus me who doesn't really have it and does think it lines up taste-wise. So it would be interesting to hear. But until next time, stay delicious.